Hi, welcome to ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Anuja and I'm going to show you a really quick and easy recipe on how to make homemade peanut butter. Now you can make the creamy version or you can make the crunchy version, so whatever you like. And this is, you wonder why you'd want to make peanut butter at home. Number one, it's easy. Number two, it's a lot cheaper. And number three, you know exactly what goes into it. And if you have any of those dietary restrictions, no sugar, no salt or anything, you can make it without that as well, or even without oil. Of course, the store-bought ones have the oil, have the salt, and have a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to make it like that, but you can totally omit that step and skip any one of those things and it'll still taste good. So over here, I have 500 grams of raw unsalted peanuts. These are with skin on, approximately 3 cups of peanuts. Now if you can find roasted peanuts without skin, wow, one step closer to making it. But anyway, it's a little messy recipe, but it's fabulous and very easy. So I have a pan over here on medium to low heat, and I'm going to actually be babying this. I'm going to put it on a coal pan. Now the reason why we use a coal skillet instead of letting it preheat is because you want the peanuts to heat up all the way in, not just the outside. So I'm just going to baby it and allow it to roast. Now this process takes a little while, little long, because you have to have the patience to do it, and you want a little bit of brown on the skin, but not burnt. Now if you're using peanuts that are already peeled and they're already roasted, just put it in here, just put it on the skillet and just allow them to heat up, let them get warmed up. Okay, this looks done. And there are a few brown spots, and that's perfect. That's how we want it. And if you've noticed, the skin has kind of opened up a little bit, so it kind of makes it a little easier. So just take it off immediately. And what I'm going to do is, I have a towel over here. Pour the peanuts onto the towel. So that is a couple of different things. One is it cools down the peanuts a little faster and it stops them from cooking. 3, I'm going to be using the towel to remove the skin. So I'm just going to let it, just spread it out a little bit and let it cool down just a bit so that I can take off the skin easily. Now you don't want it to become cold, because if it does, then it's going to be harder to remove the skin, number one. And number two, you want it to be a little warm when you actually make the peanut butter. Okay, back to it. It's a little warm, but it's not cold. Roasted well, and of course peanuts, when they are roasted, they give this fantastic aroma, so you can't miss it. That's what we're looking for. Now it's important to get a towel that has got a little bit of this coarseness in it, because if you use a smooth towel, it's going to be harder. You need that little bit of friction to remove the skin. So I'm just going to take the towel, wrap it around and just kind of rub it. So when I do a little batch, I kind of let the skin settle at the bottom and just remove the peanuts out and just put it in a bowl, so it's a little easier to work with. So just do a little batch at a time. Now you don't even have to be very gentle, because if you break a couple of peanuts, it's okay. Not a big deal. So I'm going to carry on and do this till all of it is done. So these have been peeled, all the skin's off. They're still slightly warm but not cold. And then in a blender, put the peanuts, and I'm going to blend it till it forms a butter. So this process takes a little while, because you're breaking down the peanuts, and then you're blending it till the oils release of the peanut itself. So you might want to open it up and just push it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take out some of the peanuts and I'm going to keep it aside. Now this is perfect if you want to make chunky peanut butter. And if you don't, just keep blending it and allow it to become a butter itself. But this is perfect for me, so I've just kind of pulled out a little bit from the top. I'm going to blend it a little bit more. And then push it. You may need to push it down a few times. So at this point, if you want to make it exactly like store-bought peanut butter, all you have to do is add in a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and some oil. So I'm going to put in about 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar, but you can use any. 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, if you have any dietary restrictions, you can totally skip the step. It tastes yummy. And I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of peanut oil. Now, if you don't have peanut oil and you just need 1 tablespoon, please don't go and buy some just for this. You can always use canola or any kind of neutral oil, not a very strong oil. Any kind of vegetable oil is also very neutral, so you can use that. But so you really need a good blender for this. Now to show you what it looks like, and once it cools down, it will solidify just like peanut butter. Now you can keep it like this. You want to make it smoother, you can. So if you're making smooth peanut butter, I would suggest blend it a little bit more, but in my case I'm making chunky, so it really doesn't matter. A little bit of texture in there really doesn't matter. You can check the salt and the sugar. If you want a little bit more, you can always add in a little bit more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the peanuts that I had kept aside, pulled aside. Mix it one time just so that everything incorporates well. And there you have it. Look at it. I think you can see the texture, you can see the grains, you can see the peanuts. But voila, that's all that there is to it. So now how crazy and yummy is that? I got chunky peanut butter, and every once in a while I'll just add in a little bit of honey instead of the sugar, so it gives a little different flavor, and you know, it's just a spoonful is like full of good protein for you. Yum. I love peanuts with crackers, and I get the bites of the pieces of peanuts, so it's absolutely crunchy. It's really, really good. So let it cool down, transfer it into a clean bottle or a jar, and to store it. You know, you don't have to keep it in the refrigerator. You can keep it outside and use it over time. So enjoy your peanut butter made at home, chunky or creamy, either way. And join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com, adding a pinch of spice to your life.